Peggy 18.
Welcome to the stage, your host, Beck Hill! Welcome to One Night Only! Thank you so much for coming along. We have a truly exciting night ahead of you. We have got some jam-packed stuff. We've got some exclusive reveals. We've got some behind-the-scenes insights and some very exciting surprises. Now, with so much amazing work and talent coming from the UK games industry, Liquid Crimson and Yuki hope to make this an annually occurring event. So the name will only get funnier with every repeated occurrence. My name is Beck, by the way. I am your host. I'm also joined by a very special someone here on stage who will be doing the interviews, someone whose industry knowledge comes from first-hand experience, someone whose hair is a sight to behold and would be a nightmare to render. Please give it up for Lauren Carter.
Thanks so much, everyone.
So what better way to kick off a celebration of UK talent than with what is quintessentially a British icon? That's right, Bond made his eagerly anticipated return to gaming, guided by the masters of Hitman themselves, IO Interactive. And in the first week alone, 007 First Light sold 2.7 million copies. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely know what they're doing. That's right, you know the name. Now it's time to earn the number. Give it up for 007 First Light.
I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give it.
Bond is immature and reckless. Headstrong. Thrill-seeking. Issues with authority.
Meet our new star, Air Crewman Bond.
Do you mind telling me why I'm here?
I want to make you a spy.
St. John Smythe, my dear.
009 is a master manipulator.
To catch him, we're going to need eyes everywhere.
When you're ready, Bond.
What about the girl?
A means to an end.
That's an interesting pickup line.
Whatever his endgame is, we won't see it coming.
And welcome Tom Marchant to the stage from IO Interactive. Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Excellent. Well, we've got a little bit of time to talk about 007 First Light. So let's go with the very beginning. What was the reception like to the game at the studio?
It's been incredible. So the kind of outpouring of love that's came, not just for the game, but also for IO in general. The love for kind of our version of the character and just seeing all the cool content people have made online. That's been one of my favorite bits, is seeing all the cool things people have done with the game.
So what are the plans for the first year of 007's first?
So we've got a few different things coming up. So we have our Taxim mode. We're adding more content to that. We're bringing a new mission to the game with the Borma. He's coming back, one of the main characters. And then we've also got a new gadget on the way. And we're also adding New Game Plus. So we're adding a huge amount of stuff.
How's it going for it?
Yeah, cool. Yeah. We like to keep supporting the game at IO for as long as we possibly can. Absolutely. As we've done with Hitman, we keep adding stuff.
There's nothing more important to a player that adores... We adore lots of things as game players, but when you have something that you absolutely just want to be in all the time, to have a studio that is providing is wonderful. It's really cool. Is there a word that you would like to share with the players of 007 First Light?
I think I'd just like to say thank you.
Oh.
I think to anyone who went out and brought the game, it allows us to keep making the games we want, and it also allows us to keep doing the job that we love. So just thank you to everyone who came out and spent their hard-earned money on the game. It lets me keep living the dream. It lets all of us at IO keep making great things.
Awesome. I'm going to throw in one more question because we've been so efficient at getting through everything. Is there something in the game, an Easter egg or something that you and the team had, you know, your own kind of input on that players could be looking out for as they step into the game?
Oh man, there's all kind of things. I think a little cheeky one is there's a gun named after me that I snuck into the game.
Oh, that's so cool!
I had to get that in. And then, there's a lot of the combat moves. We you know, if you try, you can link them up to various points in the movies and see where the inspiration was from as well, which I think is a fun thing to do.
You're all Bond nerds, I assume.
Oh,
not just making a Bond game. It's that you really care about.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of times in the studio where people are like, "How do you know this?" You know, it's like really nuanced, niche stuff. We know all the details. We've gone all into the nitty gritty, and we really got to the core of the character. Went right the way back to the books. and then all the way through all the games, everything, all the movies. We all are quite fanatical about it.
Fantastic. Is there something that you've learned about the character that you didn't know before embarking on making the game?
I think I didn't quite realize how core improvisation was to everything that Bond does. That he's the best improviser in the world. Like, that's his whole style. He doesn't like meticulously plan every operation. He's the guy that knocks on the door and says, "Hello, I'm a spy. What are you going to do about it?"
Yeah, hopes for the best.
And then watches the chaos unfold. I think it's an interesting one.
That's my kind of vibe. Tom, thank you so much for taking some time to come talk to us. We appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
I love the idea of a spy who says, "Hello, I am a spy." I think it's maybe counterproductive to what the actual role involves, but that's the sort of man that Bond is, and I like that. Well, from international espionage to medieval warfare, Firefly Studio are here to bring us a very exciting update for Stronghold 4, and we have our first exclusive announcement of the evening.
Welcome to Stronghold 4, my liege. This town has seen better days, but I'm sure you're up to the task of bringing the place back into splendor. Might I suggest next placing some farms to feed our population? Food stocks are back up again. We can train soldiers and build defenses to prepare for further bandit raids.
My bow calls.
My sword is needed.
Just me and my little pitchfork. Blessed with all these extra crops. Yo, a tavern brawl?
Bloody rats have been at our food stores.
This inferno is punishment for our sins.
A huge invasion force is marching on the castle, my liege.
Another village taken then. Make no mistake, I'll keep fighting.
Hell with you.
I have a favor to ask of you. Let's get to work.
Hello, everybody. From me and the rest of the team at Firefly Studios, we are so excited to have Stronghold 4 out there. We've been working on it for a fair few years now, so to have our first playable demo on Steam right now is very exciting. But that isn't the only thing we've got for you today. We have a couple more announcements. First of all, Firefly Studios is today launching a brand new publishing label called Woozle Factory. It's going to be focused on publishing incredible strategy games. And to kick things off, we've been teamed up with the amazing development duo of Loot Donkey to publish their debut game, Fall King. Here's the exclusive announcement trailer and game overview just for Phono. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, my name is Ben. And I'm Gareth. And together we make the two-person studio Loot Donkey.
Today we're really excited to show our debut game, Fool King.
Fool King is a brand new roguelike auto-battler inspired by both Warhammer and Slay the Spire, where you literally become the final boss for all the other players.
We're super proud of how deep and customizable the game has become. Build your armies, plan your battle tactics, and upgrade your troops and gods with devilish new powers.
All whilst battling other players from around the world in our asynchronous PvP.
Planning is everything in Fool King. You can level up your units and imbue them with powerful upgrades that synergize between battles. Then, when in combat, setting up formations and stances that best counter your opponents is key to being victorious.
And every unit, each with different attributes or upgrades, will have different pros and cons to where you place them. So think carefully, because one wrong position of even a single squad will be the difference between victory or crushing defeat. We don't want you to ever feel like a session is wasted, with each run adding momentum on your quest to become the Fool King. With enough runs under your belt, you'll start unlocking new units, upgrades and gods, all available in your war camp.
You might not know the term asynchronous PvP, but it's the backbone of Fool King and keeps every run unpredictable and worth coming back to.
We took inspiration from other games like Backpack Battles. At the start of each round, you can choose one of 3 opponents from around the world.
This ensures that not one run is ever the same for anyone playing Fool King, as each opponent will prefer different units, gods, and upgrades.
One of the best things about this is the number of insane builds we've come across already, so expect both challenging veteran builds alongside comedic casual ones.
This feature, paired with regular updates from us and the experimentation from the player base, will give Fool King a constantly changing meta.
As you battle your way to become the Fool King using a build, we hope this inspires everyone else to find a counter to that strategy, creating an environment where you can load up the game on a regular basis and face unique challenges. We're currently working hard to make Fool King as great as it can be as a 2-man dev team. We'll be releasing more videos and trailers over the coming months. That's it for now, everyone. If you like what you've seen here today, you can also wishlist the game on Steam.
Up to Fool King and Stronghold 4. Now we're going to pivot from managing kingdoms to completely destroying them and to besiege. Where else could Spiderling Games' medieval physics builder go from here but up? Way up, like a long way up. Let's check it out.
Please welcome Stefan from Spiderling, everyone. Let's talk about Besiege. So, initially, medieval game about sieging castles. All tracks, all makes sense. What was the spark that made the team think, let's take this to water, let's take this to space?
So Besiege started off kind of as medieval Lego, right? Where you were sieging castles and feeling a little bit evil doing it. Yeah, just a little bit. And water was kind of the most obvious next step for us because we wanted to build pirate ships and see what could happen there and mess around with hydrodynamics and buoyancy. And with that first expansion, people just build such unbelievable stuff, just like with the base game. We knew with our next expansion after that, we needed to make something quite special again. We didn't want it to just be surface level. And so we were debating it a lot as a studio. And then our lead developer, out of nowhere, Daniel, and he's like this, he's like, oh yeah, well, I worked on a space prototype for about a year. And we were like, where did this come from, Daniel? And so then it was like, okay, it looks like we're going to go to space. And slowly by slowly, it came together, and the aesthetic looked really cool, the kind of like medieval Da Vinci in space. And so then, yeah, we thought it would be a cool thing to do.
So Spiderling's been around for around 12 years now. Looking back, what would you say has been the biggest contributor to the studio's longevity?
Definitely our community. I mean, when you make a creative game where people can just build anything, the stuff that they end up building, it surprises you so much.
Stuff that you never imagine, every time. And ways to use things that no one on the team has even considered.
Exactly,
that's what I love.
yeah, things that we never dreamt of, people have been doing for years. And, you know, that's why space also felt like a step we could take, because people have been making spaceship mods and space environments for years. And I think what's lucky about the game that we have is because it's so creative, it kind of became a hobby game where people have Besiege as their hobby. Our core community just build things and show it off to each other. And it's been around for so long because people then made it their friend group, their community. People even started off engineering in Besiege and now email us saying that they're engineers for their career.
That's cool.
So yeah, it just felt like we made something that we didn't expect. I mean, our two co-founders, Matt and Marco, made Besiege in less than a year, and they thought that it was just going to be something that they made, sell 50 copies, and 11 years later now, from the early access launch, it's still going, we're still updating it, and still have a vibrant community.
So as the team continues to grow, how are you guys ensuring that the culture and the creative process that has kind of been building all of this time continues and continues to be awesome, ultimately?
Yeah, I mean, we have a very strong culture that's made by people who are passionate about our games. Our first hires in Spiderling were modders in the community, so they were people that already loved Besiege. And so I think it's easy for us because people are all so passionate about what they're making that anytime someone joins the team, they just can't wait to get started and working on stuff that they love. So it happened quite organically.
Stefan, thank you so much for joining us and having a chat about all of this. Give him a round of applause, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Now let's come back down to earth, but keep up the chaos. Clothcat and Curveball are serving up anything but garden variety entertainment. Get ready to sow, grow, and throw with Planted!
I didn't come here to make friends.
I came here to sell
watermelon.
Excuse me?
Oh, water.
Scram! I don't want you seeing on my lawn. Get off my lawn. Listen, Mom, give me my vegetables back. How dare you?
Thank you for your hard work. Thank you so much for your hard work.
No, give that. Give me that sugar. Wait, how sell watermelon?
Sell watermelon? How?
Watermelon.
Hey, this guy ate my seeds.
Guys, keep going. You're doing good.
No! Oh, yeah, what?
4.
It's fine, we're still winning, we're still on top.
Eat turnip. Eat green peppers. Have a lemon.
I'm growing. It's my watermelon.
The watermelons are restocked.
I've got nothing to...
No, my restock.
The garlic. Whoever did the garlic, thank you.
Away from my crop. That's me.
I am running around. Ow! Did you do that?
Sell
Look at me. It's my lunch now. This is mine. I'm an absolute pro at this. I'm just saying. I'm stealing watermelons.
See?
Guys, plant some more watermelons for me. Come on. Do your work.
Let's go!
Come on.
Everyone, please welcome Ben to the stage. So, where did the initial idea for Planted come from?
Yeah, it's pretty harebrained, isn't it? I think with Planted, I was really interested in, I was on a train journey and I was looking out the window and I saw like a load of allotments and how everyone had kind of built these different contraptions to grow as much as they can in a small space. And being a game designer, I was like, could that be competitive? What would that look like? And so I pitched it to the team and we just started running with it and there was just a flood of ideas. So we're like, okay, well, let's give this a go.
That's when you know. Yeah. I mean, any game that encourages people to shout, my watermelons is, I'm in, I'm done. It's brilliant. So the game kind of encourages both cooperation and competition.
Yeah.
How did you approach balancing those two experiences?
Yeah, I think that's crucial. Like, we really want a mix of people finding the way they want to play the game, whether it's disruptive or whether they want to just grow the biggest harvest possible, and just making sure it balances so you can kind of play it the way you want to play.
So we've just seen the construction level. Are there any other unique challenges in multiplayer that you'd like to tell us about?
Like, so with the construction site, it was about what happens if the game takes place over multiple arenas or you have to move on. Because the whole thing is growing at arcade pace, right? So when we come up with ideas for new arenas, it's like, is this going to bring something new to the game? Is it worth making? Like, are we going to, expand the gameplay with this idea? And that's kind of how we sort of reflect on new content.
Ben, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us about this. And give them a round of applause, everyone.
The creators of the legendary RuneScape are bringing us our next open world survival obsession set in the never-before-seen continent of Ashenfall. You can team up with friends to take down fish, trees, deer, and, dragons. Let's give it up for RuneScape Dragon Wilds!
Few survive the land of dragons. But some seek more than survival. They fight. They adapt. They build. They stride boldly into the unknown, claiming dominion and forging their legend.
You just get a video for that one. There's no interview. No interview. But we are going to move on and talk about Roblox. Yes, we're talking about Roblox because the wonderful thing about it is it has created a space for many people to get into game dev, right? It's something they haven't had it into before, and suddenly Roblox has given them a way of doing that. And so there are two teams of people we will be bringing onto the stage to talk about their experiences with that, specifically to do with Cake Off. So you might be practicing some of your game decoration skills on that, or riding a bus to Croydon in the Croydon Bus Ride Simulator game. So please give it up for those wonderful teams as they talk to us on stage.
Okay, so there are a few of you here. So I guess introduce yourselves and then let's talk about your games a little bit. Start on this side. Go for it.
Okay, hi, I'm Belle. I'm the manager for Cake Off with Basket Entertainment, and Edwin here is a developer on the game, as am I.
Right.
Yeah, we're Croydon.
We're Croydon is the best thing I've had all day. All right, Croydon, how you doing?
Croydon. We're basically a bus simulator game. 3 of us develop it, and there's some sort of freelancers as well with us.
Well, I grew up near Croydon, so I'm looking forward to getting into this. So let's go with, can you introduce your games to us, and then give us your insight as to why you think they're so popular?
So we do Croydon, which is a one-to-one replica of the real place in Croydon in South London. Exciting, I know. And so people just drive buses around. well, that's what they do. That's what they come back for. And
But they love it. The game is very competitive. People like to get competitive with driving. They like to get competitive with having the best bus. Who gets to go first? Navigation and negotiation on tight roads. So it's about having the best bus and driving the best and getting the passengers first.
I think what brings them back as well is it's a niche that isn't usually catered for, because there's no other...
Croydon buses, very rarely catered for in video games.
It's like UK buses in general just don't have a game for them, and having a free accessible one is good for that sort of niche.
Yeah, that's rad. Belle, Edwin, what about you guys?
Cake Off is a very stark contrast from Croydon Bus Simulator. It's kind of like a cake decorating game. It can be played really cozy and on your own in free play mode, or you can play competitive with your friends, and it does get really competitive and really challenging sometimes. There is a game mode with a really small timer, so that's really hard to manage sometimes.
Okay, so at what point did you guys individually realise that game development would be an option for your career?
I think once you start making stuff and the income starts coming in and people are saying that they really like what it is that you're making, at that point it then goes, well, actually, this goes from something that I'm making for ourselves to play as a game that we enjoy, that other people enjoy and are willing to fund us to create. It's kind of a magical moment as well, which I'm sure many of you will have experienced, that actually something that you really enjoy is something that you work, and really, do you work a day in your life if you're actually doing what you enjoy?
Well, my background is in railway engineering, so I've got nothing in game design, and I'm here for some reason. And when I finished university, there wasn't any jobs where I lived or where I live now. Because I started this as a side hobby, and eventually got to the point where it's like, okay, well, there's no job, and this is paying me enough not to die. So I might as well continue doing this for a bit, and then it's just sort of got out of hand, and somehow I'm now invited here.
Yes, you are, sir. Go on, guys. Tell us, what about you? What really made you realise game development was an option?
I feel like, of course, when the income starts coming in, it's really nice, but this originally started as just like my hobby. I was really, really young when I started like realizing that I could make my own games on Roblox, and it was such like an easy way for me to enter the industry, and it was just amazing. And it was about a few years ago when I actually started making money, and I was like, wow, this could really be a career path for me. And I mean, as they've said, the job market's not the best at the minute, and this is definitely the way that I want to go down.
You guys are the disruptors. I've got a lot of time for this. Okay, right. So, James, talking about these incredible young developers that are turning a passion into a career, how are you guys democratizing, I suppose, would be the best way to put it, the industry for young UK developers who may not have access to any other route?
Yeah, I mean, Roblox's whole thing is that anyone, anywhere can make a game. So really it's about democratizing it in terms of those barriers to entry. So in traditional game development, there's technical barriers to entry and there's financial barriers to entry. So at Roblox, first of all, the technical barriers to entry are lower because of Roblox Studio. You can go on there and start making a game immediately. And then the platform itself means the financial barriers to entry are a little bit lower too. So that means you don't need a publishing deal, you don't need like investor funding, you don't need a massive studio behind you. You just need a computer and an idea, and you can make a huge game. And I mean, look at these guys. There's a game here about cake decorating. There's a game about driving buses around Croydon. Like, that's the game. And they have, millions of players who love the game and keep coming back, and they've made careers out of it. And I think that's fantastic. And speaking of bringing people to the table, like, big shout out to this event and Sam and Jason and everyone who has organised it, because not only has it brought this amazing group of developers together, but it also means that young developers like these have a seat at the table, and I think that's really special. So thank you, guys.
Oh, that was so nice. But another big round of applause for these guys. Look at this awesome thing that they're doing. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And I hope this has been a success for you guys as far as the games is concerned.
64 to Coombe Road.
Give it up for them one last time. That was amazing. Look, I know what you're thinking. Beck, what do you get when you cross a broken robot and a space rabbit with a possessed space station and then throw them against increasingly bizarre enemies? And I keep telling you, I don't know, guys. Stop asking me that. Why would you ask me? But luckily for you, Southwesterly Games has the answer. It's the incredible, beautiful, and frenetic 9 Rounds Rapid.
Everyone, please welcome Katie and Joe from Southwesterly Games. Hello.
Hello,
darling.
thank you.
That looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Right, first of all, Katie, could you tell me a little bit about Southwesterly Games first and foremost, and then 9 Rounds Rapid?
Yes, absolutely. So we're Southwesterly Games. We co-founded the studio in order to, as the springboard from which to develop our first game, 9 Rounds Rapid. 9 Rounds Rapid is an entirely hand-drawn, hand-painted, hand-animated, roguelike top-down shooter. 9 levels of punchy and punky fast mayhem in an uniquely stunning attitude-filled world.
She's good.
That is actually our elevator pitch, and we did give it to someone in an elevator once, which was actually really quite exciting.
Fantastic. Okay, so what makes the gameplay super exciting to you? Tell me a bit.
Well, we've got loads of systems in there. So starting with our bespoke procedural generation system. So in the environment, no 2 runs will ever be the same. We've got a crazy engine building on the character now. So your weapon upgrades, there's millions of combinations. So every single run is totally unique. So we've got really, really solid like pick up and play, run and gun. But there's also an ability system with upgrades. So that allows you to really mod your play style. So you can hack. And wall run your way through, go invisible and really stealth your way through it. So you can really kind of choose your play style. We've also got our gameplay USP is you can slow down, pause, and rewind time on the fly, which is just it's mental. It's like the Matrix. So when everything gets too mental, you just slow it down, pause it, and you can start setting traps and really kind of play to your own rhythm as well. And with regards to the aesthetics as well. So we've got this sort of hand-painted black and white couple of colours. The first level's like square and cubic, second level's circular and spherical, third hexagonal. So there's like an overarching aesthetic, but each level of biome has got its like real own like flavour and feel to it as well.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. That was
Thank you
wonderful.
so much.
Thank you.
The reason we play video games is to escape the everyday boredom of our lives, right? Like doing the laundry, taking out the bins, providing emotional support for our loved ones. But the next game is the answer to the question, what if instead of doing our chores, we played them? That is how Power Wash Simulator became a global phenomenon. Now, not only is it an international hit, it has now gone universal because it turns out that in a galaxy far, far away, things can get very, very dirty.
Hello, I'm Kirsty. I'm the CEO of Future Lab. Hope you enjoyed our trailer for our Star Wars crossover. Out now. Joined here on stage by Els.
Hello.
Presenter, content creator, and most recently the BAFTA Games host.
Yes. Have you ever seen a Power Wash sim person wear heels before? It's quite difficult to walk up those stairs.
I think that might be our next costume.
Yeah.
I also want to say, shout out to Techno, who has gone viral for creating pieces of famous artwork in Power Wash Sim. So I hope you check it out and really enjoy what he's been doing, because it's quite amazing. So basically, Els and I wanted to have a chat about the perception of games in the wider world and how it can be quite narrow and quite negative sometimes. But actually, you look around, can I just get a shout out for the UK games industry? We're awesome! Woo! So Els, what do you think about the perception of games in the wider world?
I think that is misrepresented in a lot of ways. I think that, when I was growing up, to be a gamer was someone that just sat in their basement and played a game. It was a very taboo thing, and I think that now there is such a different representation of it because we all celebrated, we're all here today because we love video games. So I think there's definitely come a long way, but there's conversations to be had around it for sure. But I think that games such as Power Wash Sim definitely kind of bring a positive light to it, a form of escapism for a lot of us, something that, if we've had a stressful day, we can get home and just power wash some windows or a blimp or, anything you want to, really.
On that note, we have had so many people write in and tell us how playing Power Wash has helped them with their anxiety, with their ADHD, going through tough times in life. It's a surprising amount. And I think this is probably true of every games. People find their escape in games, whatever game that may be. And it's a beautiful thing, and it should be celebrated.
As a gamer, I love all different types of games. I think that there's times in our lives when games serve a different purpose. If you're going through a particularly tough time, and that's how we met. It was off of the back of the BAFTA Games Awards, where I mentioned I spent a lot of hours last year playing Power Wash Sim 2, but the real story behind it was that when my mum was in hospital, the Power Wash Sim 2 got released, and I spent so much time just calming myself as a person so that I could be there for my mum and sort of be a calming person for her when she was sort of in the last few days of her life. And I got to like really appreciate it because of Power Wash Sim. And there are so many games similar that, I mean, for a lot of us when we're struggling and going through tough times, and we just need something that is quite brain numbing in a way, where it just makes you switch off from all of the struggles that you have in outer life, and you can just put some music on, play the game, and completely just not think at all, which I think is really nice.
Yeah, we made a game for tired people. Tired and stressed out people. And basically, because we've been talking about like games for good, what we're going to do is on the 30th of July, all proceeds of Power Wash 2 on Steam are going to go towards a children's charity, Oscar, brain tumour charity, which is really important. I just want to highlight it.
That definitely deserves a round of applause, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's a brilliant charity, and so we want to support it. I think like games can be a really positive force, and it's so important that we change people's perceptions. Like in schools, if we want the next lot of talent coming up, not just being like, oh, I like games. We want people who love art. We want people who make stories. We want people who love coding, not just, oh, I want to make a game. And I think that sometimes the perception of what games are narrows it. And I think especially getting parents and teachers to realise that there are amazing careers in games. I mean, look at all these people. We've all got amazing careers in games. How awesome is it that we get up every day and do something that we love? And I really feel like I'm on my soapbox now. Like, we should be celebrating this and trying to change the perception piece by piece. Well, thank you so much for joining me on stage today. And please check out Techno and his amazing artwork.
Has anyone seen it, by the way? It's at the back. Incredible. I could never even imagine you could create something within Power Wash Sim like that, but it's proper pieces of art. And yeah, I mean, me and my friend just write stupid messages to each other in the dirt. So. But yes, thank you, everyone, and really excited to actually go and play. I haven't played the Star Wars expansion yet. I need to go and play it. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Excellent. We've got a very exciting birthday to talk about. Now, most of us probably remember what it was like to hit your 30s, okay? You know, you're constantly battling burnout. You know, your work-life balance is a battlefield. You're maybe approaching that midlife need for speed crisis. Do you get where I'm going with this, guys? I know. So we've got someone coming on stage to celebrate a very important 30th birthday. Give it up for the incredible Criterion Games!
Hey, everybody. Very clever.
Hey, Danny. How you doing? You all right?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This is fun.
Thank you for joining us on the phono stage. So we're going to let this play. Just you guys can enjoy. So Criterion is 30 years old, which is astounding. How much has changed in that time, in your perspective?
I think we've constantly been changing as we've gone. I think the most recent change was looking into this. It's kind of strange. Follow me with this. It's really our clarity of purpose. Not like we didn't have it before on Need for Speed or Burnout Black, what we've done. I think now working on Battlefield, we're looking at a franchise that's getting measured in decades rather than years as we went through. And I think as a studio, we've always been proud of reinventing ourselves. And now that reinvention is really focused on building that franchise out and driving it forward. And when I kind of looked into it and I had the question, it's interesting. The change isn't so much the games that we're going through. I think it's really understanding, as we reinvented ourselves, as we went through these things, is the capabilities that we've built up over time. And I think that's really the story of Criterion. As, we're big on getting to software quickly and iterating the feel. Technology from Frostbite, online innovation has really been key for us. And we've built these capabilities over time. So, yeah, there's been a lot of change, but some things have stayed the same. I mean, it's fun being a AAA FPS studio. I've always felt we're a powerhouse creative developer in Britain, which we're super proud of. But I think obviously the biggest change is now we've got a hand on the tiller of one of the biggest franchises in the world in Battlefield, so it's super exciting.
Absolutely. And I have to say, as a nearly Guildford resident, seeing Battlefield made in Guildford on those posters,
That was great, wasn't it, when you see that?
made me a little bit emotional. Genuine. And I don't even work at the studio. So when people think of Criterion, as Beck has just so perfectly gone through, there's a lot of legacy titles that people get very, very excited about. Legacy titles that people still love. How does Criterion's legacy inform its future rather than define it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, we're just as proud as our legacy as our fans are as we look at that. I think it's important to see that legacy not as a ceiling, and it's not a constraint. I think, if anything, it's a platform, almost a springboard that we can use to propel ourselves forward. Criterion isn't defined by a single genre, whether it's action racing or with Black from a first-person shooter. I mean, we did a almost skateboarding game with Airblade in the past, and now Battlefield. You know, it really is defined by those capabilities. So, again, when I look at it, it's not something that can constrain us or define us. It gives us confidence because we know whatever you put in our path, right now it's Battlefield, we're going to knock it out of the park and really build a game that has our players at the centre of everything we do.
It's rad. And we are just, as the local community, we're so very, very proud of you guys to have you in our little orbit.
We're proud to be part of it. Yeah.
It's the best. Criterion has evolved across genres, across technology, hardware generations. You guys are just always evolving. What has that constant reinvention taught the studio about staying relevant?
I think, taught us about staying relevant. I think staying relevant is really, really hard as we go through that. Even as I said, on Battlefield now, we've got Season 4 dropping. We're trying to stay relevant every day, right? We've had this really robust live service doing drops, I think, every month as we go through. So I think staying relevant is really challenging. Through our history, we've looked at whether that's Burnout through that kind of action feel, that racing feel, or Black with that visceral gameplay of trying lighting and physics and VFX all together and those sort of things. And again, it all comes back to those capabilities that we have, that expertise that we have of really finding the game through rapid iteration. Our technical excellence that we have, we're a Frostbite studio, which Battlefield is built on, and online creativity as well, and then keep putting our players in the center of everything we do. And I think looking forward for us to stay relevant, we need to, within the studio setup, and it's easier said than done, we need to really dare to push those boundaries, still be bold about our vision and what we want to be there. I think as a producer, we need to be able to deliver the experiences, not just get the scope cap in a good place, but really those really great experiences that today we don't know how to build, make sure we can get those out. And of course, to be relevant, you need to delight your players. That's really the thing that we need to keep doing. We've done in the past, and that's what we're focused on in Battlefield.
We have a little bit, according to my screen here, just a tiny bit more time, so I'm going to throw one more question at you. You have mentioned the Battlefield 6 launch being a highlight, but what would you say has been your biggest highlight over your career at Criterion?
Oh, my biggest highlight over my career at Criterion. It's a bit cliche, but I think being around the industry for such a long time, sometimes people take for granted that we ship everything we start to build. When I started at EA and at Criterion, we've been on a journey where there's a lot of content that we've put a lot of heart and soul into that no one ever sees. And so every time we hit alpha, every time we get our game to the public, every time we get feedback, good or bad, I'm just so pleased that I get to do this job. We get to make people feel something on that. I think those are the highlights that I have, and I love what I do, and it gets to spring my step every Monday morning when I go to work.
That is what we like to hear. Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much for joining us. Huge round of applause for Danny, please, guys.
And Criterion Games aren't the only ones celebrating a big birthday. That's right, 2 Point Studios are celebrating their 10th birthday, and they're going to come up here and give us a taste of exactly how they're celebrating. Let's give them a round of applause.
please welcome Joe Kohler and Gary Carr to the stage. Hey, guys. Now, I got to start this with the honest truth. I am a 2-point nerd. I live for it, so I'm sorry. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to try really hard not to go over, but if it happens, it happens. I'm sorry. Right, let's kick it off with the big news for console players. 2 Point Hospital in its entirety.
Yeah.
Coming to console.
It's coming to console at last. It's been a long time coming, but we've finally got round to it.
It's very exciting.
Current generation
news.
console, you can play all of the 2 Point Hospital content.
And when can we expect that to happen, Gary?
On the 16th of September.
Round of applause, everyone. Round of applause. Thank you very much. That's exciting. Okay, so we saw a whole load of your fantastic collabs. And what I love the most about your collaborations, Joe, is you. Whether you want to go into that detail or not is up to you. Are there any more collaborations that we can expect to see in the near future?
Yes, absolutely. It's one of my favorite. I love Museum. It's been my favorite game we've made. We've done so much post-release. And these collaborations, we really wanted them to be a celebration of video games. And I've made so many new friends. And we've had so much fun adding new features.
Okay, so finally, we cannot leave the stage without celebrating your massive milestone. So happy 10 years, 2 Point. And all the 2 points at home as well. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Why don't we all sing happy birthday? No? No. We probably won't do that.
Let's try and catch up Criterion and get to 30 years.
Yeah, but 10 is so much more
exciting. I'll be
exciting.
about 45 then. That'll be quite old to be in the industry at 45. I think.
So looking over your decade of success and fantastic games and fantastic times, what are you most proud of?
You were there at the beginning.
I was there.
You've been very modest. You were part of it at the beginning.
It's like being at home. This
Yeah.
is like being at home for me. This is lovely.
We built a really, really amazing team, and we're so proud of it and the games that we've made. And
I love having 7 people over 60 working for us. That's a diverse studio, that is.
yeah, we're just so happy. We're so grateful to do what we do, and
You do it so well.
And our players, like the community and the players that we built. And I don't know, we get emotional thinking about it.
Gary, anything you'd like to add?
No, I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for a day out, everyone.
Gary and Joe from 2 Point, everyone.
Thank you.
2 of my absolute
Thank you,
favourites.
everyone.
Thank you.
So we're going to crack on. I'm going to talk about something that is very dear to my heart, something that is very dear to the hearts of other people, and that is a serious sport of golf. It's a very meditative sport. You've got to take into account many things like the air pressure, the wind, and so forth, the green. And Golf with Your Friends 2 is here to absolutely destroy that entire concept. So please give it up for Golf with Your Friends 2.
Hello, friends. Good to have you with us, and welcome back to a beautiful morning and what I'm sure will be a thrilling round of golf. Although today's game may be different, as the fairway appears to have changed considerably. My word. Well, how about that? This is going to be a game to remember. Golf with Your Friends 2, coming soon to a course near you. Wishlist now.
Please welcome Bruce from Radical Forge.
Hello.
Hey, bud. Right, so let's talk about Golf with Your Friends 2. Taking over development of a much beloved title is always a unique challenge, we'll say. So how did you approach it?
So I don't think a lot of people know that we actually did a lot of the DLC work for the first one. So we helped towards the last few years of Golf 1, and it felt only natural that we made the sequel. So it was about, when we decided we were going to make the sequel with Team 17, it was about making sure that we stayed true to the original, but updated everything we could and just made it better.
Nice. I like that. That's the MO. Just make it better. I like that you were already in the zone as well. Like
We were
you
so
guys were
in the
locked
zone.
in.
We love mini golf. You should see us.
I've always said that about Radical Forge. It's either skateboards or golf. They just love it. Always out there.
Yeah. Any excuse.
So features like Chaos Mode, the expanded level editor, they kind of suggest a focus on player creativity and replayability to a certain extent. So how important was that philosophy in development?
It's the core of the game, because the real problem with Golf 1 is when you've done a hole, you've done it, it's over, you can keep replaying it over and over again, you can do hockey, you can do dunk mode. So we were like, let's add chaos mode, let's make sure those work in dunk and hockey, let's update dunk and hockey modes, let's make sure the level editor is as child-friendly as possible, let's make sure that as many people can make things for it and do as much content as possible, let's keep the game alive and let's update it for as long as we possibly can, and take the community that already exists on the journey with us, which is like the best part of making a game, right? And like we've been able to get to that stage. It's really nice, actually.
Well, that's it. And community is so important. I'm not just saying that because my soul is a community manager's. Multiplayer games need memorable moments. Like that's the thing that keeps us coming back, right? So are there any that have happened to the team during playtesting that stand out for you?
Yeah, we accidentally once, this was when we were doing a Golf 1 DLC, we accidentally made a level where the world flipped on its side, and we didn't expect that was going to happen. And that's an entire mechanic in the new one that you can do in the level editor. So it just kind of happened, and we were like, that's got to go in.
I like that.
And then if you mix that with chaos mode, it is the most wonderful levels of anarchy. And if you're playing with your friends with the collision on, it becomes golf with your enemies very quickly.
That sounds like absolute carnage.
It's beyond
I need
carnage,
it.
yeah. You thought Burnout was carnage.
Just you wait.
Just you wait till you've
Golf
played
2.
golf.
Everyone,
It's very
please,
cool.
a round of applause for Bruce from Radical Forge. Thank you, my
Thank
darling.
you.
Next up, we have a game called Plate Up. So you could say we're going from tea time to tea time. Get it, guys? Tea time to tea time. I'll eat it all up. No. Okay, we ready? Let's give it up for Plate Up!
Everyone, please welcome Alistair to the stage. Hey, dudes.
Hi.
How you doing? Right, let's get into it. How did Plate Up come about?
Well, I started making Plate Up in 2021, New Year's Eve, so starting 2021, so it was obviously a lockdown. It was a time when everyone was like doing lots of things at their house with their housemates for a lot, and it meant that we were playing loads of co-op games, but it was hard to find games that like really worked for us as a group. So what I wanted to do is to develop a game that really worked for everybody, and not just in terms of who could play it and like who they could play it with, but also how they play it. So when you play Plate Up, anyone can just grab a controller halfway through a session, jump in, and they get bored, they can go, that's fine. I think that worked really well, both for players in person and also when it moved onto streaming. People get that experience of being able to just jump in and enjoy the game.
So far you have created loads of free post-launch content. Could you tell us a little bit about the community reaction and how active they are in influencing your future ideas?
Yeah, I mean the trailer there put all the numbers on the page. Actually, I didn't watch that. I got sent the link to it earlier. I didn't see it in time. But seeing all those numbers about just how many updates there's been is kind of surprising even for me. We started the first update was straight after launch, was like a Halloween update, a kind of themed update, and it was kind of just like, oh, the game's doing really well. It's building this momentum. We should kind of capture that, and just it's been fun to make content. Let's just make some more stuff. But the reaction to that was so positive that the numbers kept going up and up. It's like, people really like this, people are really, really resonating with this. So since then, I think I have a reputation amongst the people that I work with that I'm always saying, like, this is the last Plate-Up update. You know, this is it. No more after this one.
I'm quitting it, guys. I swear. I swear.
Exactly. It's over now. I've done so many, and now this is it. So, and then obviously it comes back and it comes out. Everyone plays it. Everyone's like telling their friends, "This is a really great update." It's like, all right then, you know, one more update won't hurt. It's going to be okay.
I know. It's because you care about it. It's so cool. Okay, so what is next for Plate-Up?
Well, our final update is coming out. So no. We have an update coming out like in 2 weeks' time, which I think is one of the biggest yet. It's a ton of new content, and particularly we have players who've been playing the game for like thousands of hours now. The model of the game is you're supposed to play up to day 15. You run a restaurant for 15 days, but we have these players who've played now for like thousands of hours, and then someone comes along and they're like, "Here's my screenshot. The game's getting a bit slow because there are now 2,000 customers in my restaurant." It's like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. You know, this is not my fault. So I added 4 secret new extra difficult levels on top of the 10 that are in the base update. So hopefully this one will be the last update because it's just too difficult, no one can finish it.
Well, good luck with your final update. And thank you so much, Alistair, for joining us. Round of applause, please, everyone.
Joining us now is Huey Games, who are bringing their incredible experience working on games such as Outbound, Little Nightmares 2, Deliver at All Costs, and they're bringing us the next title in their arcade shoot-'em-up series. Please give it up for Hyper Sentinel Fusion!
Pilot your Sentinel, child. To land, you must first shatter our enemy's defenses. Deploy your hyperdroid into the bowels of their installation. Steal what they have stolen and outrun the chaos you have wrought. Bring me the bounty. I shall reward you with upgrades, with weaponry, with marvels. And when you fall, and you will fall, child, my Huxley flings your soul across dimensions to start the fight again! Valhalla made real! Strike at every dreadnought, every system, every world the alienoids dare touch! You're humanity's last hope! God must long for the day I die, that he might at last converse with an equal.
Everyone, please welcome Andrew and Rob from Huey Games. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
Right, let's start with you, Andrew. Your name is woven into video games history.
A long time ago.
So how does it feel to be not only back at a games event, but with your son by your side?
It's wonderful, isn't it? I mean, who could not be proud? Yes, I was there when he was born, you know? He had ginger hair, loads of it. Gorgeous ginger hair. What's happened to that, Rob?
I wish I knew.
So, Rob, you have very much built your own career. Tell us about the new game and a little bit about your team as well.
You pilot an agile starfighter to tear down the defenses of these procedurally generated alien megastructures, and then you pull off a high-stakes heist from within to bring back the bounty and escape before everything explodes. And between runs, you can go explore the moon base and spend the loot on amazing upgrades and abilities, and then launch back into battle again.
And you've made the decision to, I absolutely love this, to create a boxed edition.
So yeah, we had a successful Kickstarter earlier in the year. We can't let physical games die. It's in a beautiful box, full color manual, and it is a floppy disk with a secret. We pull back here, and we've got a USB inside, which has the game on it and bonus special features. We are keeping the late pledges for the Kickstarter open for just a little while longer. So if you want to get the collector's edition,
oh my gosh,
go to hypersentinelfusion.com.
You've just given me like hardcore memories of playing video games with my dad. So thank you so much for bringing that. Everyone, round of applause for Rob and Andrew.
Thank you.
It is not every day you hear someone say that they've got a floppy with a secret and it gets a round of applause. I'm telling you. Now, the next team we've got up have done some incredible work in making video games accessible for everyone. Their impact on the industry and on the player communities cannot be understated. It is an amazing job that they've done, and now they've created their very own game themselves, Open Drive. So please give it up for Special Effect.
Everyone, please welcome Jacob from Special Effects. Hey, dudes. Every time I watch something from Special Effects, I get emotional. So tell us a little bit about Open Drive.
So this is the first in a suite of games that we're going to release on iOS, on the App Store in the next few months. But this has been built with accessibility at the heart of the design. So it's made for people in mind who may be recovering in hospital, who may only have eye movement, all the way to people who might be going there more than a commute to Bradford or wherever you may be commuting from. So it's for everybody, anybody and anybody.
It's very cool. Could you tell us more about that accessibility? We saw that incredible list of ways to play. Just, take us through that a little.
Yeah, so we try to incorporate everything we can. So whether it's playing with your eyes, using an eye gaze tracking device, whether it's using gamepad, accessible switches, joysticks, or even just simply touch as well. We're trying to include every single input method possible so that anybody, despite their physical condition, is able to play the game as best as they can.
And during your time at Special Effect, what has been, I'm going to put it as, what's been the most wholesome? What's been the absolute highlight moment for you in your time with the company? Charity, I should say.
Yeah, I would say just being able to give my passion of gaming to others who are maybe unfortunate to not be able to join in as soon as they can. So, as soon as I saw this job role for video games and occupational therapy came along and sort of meshed two together, it's really rewarding to be able to pass that passion onto individuals. And as soon as we kind of give them a setup that they're comfortable with and they're able to play, and just seeing that smile for the first time is just, it's incredibly warming and really, really, it's so lovely to just kind of see that result in real time as well.
Oh, it's wonderful. Jacob, thank you so much. Everyone give a huge round of applause for the incredible work that Special Effect do.
When Little Nightmares 3 was announced, we were very excited because they would be joining our very own Supermassive Games. They also introduced co-op, so we're going to see what is next in line for this incredible franchise. Please give it up for Little Nightmares 3!
To uncover something fishy happening in the next DLC coming soon. Please welcome Alexandra and Keith to the stage. Hello, how you doing? Why did you decide to introduce 2 new characters, and tell us a little bit about the co-op element?
Well, in Little Nightmares 2, we already had some co-op, but with an AI, so it kind of felt like a natural evolution for us. And it was also one of the most required features from players who really wanted to share the Little Nightmares experience with their friends. So we decided to go with the online co-op. However, we still wanted to make sure that people could still play the game in single player, so we really had to think how we were doing the puzzles so that both single player and multiplayer would be fun for like the same experience. And we also introduced Alone and Low, the two new characters, because we really wanted to expand our universe and tell the stories of other children trapped in the nowhere, which is the fictional world of Little Nightmares. And even in the DLC, the backstage, we introduced a new character called Dime, which is really cool.
Carrying on with the backstage element, without spoiling anything, what made that the right story to tell at this point in the game, I suppose?
At the end of LN 3, I mean, it's a really beautiful ending, right? There's a real sense of finality to it. It's really sad, and to maybe extend that story didn't feel right to us. It's, it robs someone of the magic and the meaning if you just keep going after that. So it really made sense to us to go back and give players a bit of a sense of what brought Lone Alone to that point. What adventures, what threats did they face on their way to the beginning of Little Nightmares 3? In terms of what can you expect from the backstage, well, we've got the backstage. It's a whole new area. It's kind of the flip side to the Carnival, which was in Little Nightmares 3. We've got a new antagonist, we've got a new playable character, and with her comes a whole new kind of gameplay mechanic with the talk chat. And so there were a bunch of new mechanics we introduced around that as well.
So you've mentioned Dime. I love the sound of this character. So she utilizes her torch hat in the DLC that we're looking at. So could you tell us about the design of that tool and how the new puzzles and methods of play kind of work?
For Dime, she's lived in this dark, dingy place her whole life. It felt really natural for someone crafty like her that she would come up with something to make surviving there possible, right? So she comes up with the torch hat. It allows her to light her way in this really dark environment, but it's also got a little tweak to it. It can overcharge and brightly flash for just a minute, so suddenly you can see everything, but also it has a blacklight effect. So things that were once invisible will be revealed. And so, I mean, this was really exciting for us. Suddenly you can engage in environments in a whole new way. You really get to play detective and investigate and follow trails that you couldn't see previously and solve puzzles and uncover little bits of story in that way. It's also really important in combat. You can use it to stun enemies, and you can work in co-op as well, because having two flash hats is essential to survival. And with our new resident, she is also sensitive to the torch hat, right? So this flash can be used to stun her and kind of get yourself out of a sticky situation if you get caught, and just buy your friend just that little bit of breathing room so you can get out alive.
It's a multi-tool. I've got time for that. I like it. So one of the things people really love about Little Nightmares is piecing together the mystery to a certain extent. Does the backstage answer any long-standing questions that players may have had?
Well, it kind of does, but also it has its own share of mysteries, right? One of the things that really makes Little Nightmares unique is that we never really give away straight answers. We always try to give little hints and clues so that players can really make their own theories, and they can get their own interpretation of what is going on, which is, I think, what is really cool with it.
And they do, with gusto.
Yeah. There is lots of theory crafting on the internet, which is, it's already really nice to read what people come with. But in the backstage, we will also have many references and connection to the Carnival in Little Nightmares 3, and also to the podcast, The Sons of Nightmares, and the young adult novel, The Lonely Ones. So the fans can really, try to connect the dots together, and if they are really attentive to details, they will find lots of new answers, but also they will.
They're making entire websites as we speak,
Yeah.
explaining all of these things
Yes.
to other players.
Yeah,
Guys, thank you both so much for joining us. It's been an absolute joy. Round of applause, please,
Thank you.
everyone.
Excellent stuff. Now, if you have ever found yourself watching Jurassic Park, the Velocipaster, or Land Before Time, and you've thought, I reckon I could survive that, then the next game is absolutely for you. Please give it up for The Lost Wild!
So, what was your favourite from today?
I liked the Allosaur.
What did you like about it?
He's big and loud.
I think my favourite is the Diplodocus.
There's always a choice.
Everyone, please welcome Gary Napper, game director, to the stage. Hey, Gary. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for joining us on the phono stage. It's all very exciting. So, The Lost Wilds, for me at least, evokes an entirely irrational fear that I have, which is being trapped in the wild with rogue dinosaurs. So, tell us a little bit, with all the buzz that you've been getting, around the game, tell us a little bit about the game and, yeah, what we can expect.
So Lost Wild, at its core, is a game about surviving in a world with realistic dinosaurs. It's kind of like a survival thriller game with a heavy amount of horror aspect to it. But generally, it just asks the question of, if you were in a situation that was very grounded and real with actual real-life dinosaurs, what would you do? It has a main character called Saskia, she's kind of like as close as we could get to a real person in a kind of grounded situation, as a kind of lens to look on all the realism of the dinosaurs there. But the thing that really excites me about it is we've taken this approach of trying to depict the dinosaurs as animals and not monsters. So there's a kind of healthy respect about them, and it's not just something you want to kill and run away from.
I've got a lot of time for that. That's cool, especially as someone that is currently raising a 4-year-old boy who is obsessed with dinosaurs. Like, it's nice to see a child playing with dinosaurs is to see the magic of them rather than the fear, which is what I tend to live with. So when players get their hands on The Lost Wild in 2027, what do you want them to feel? And is it irrational fear? No, it's not.
I've made games full of irrational fear. I think for me, as the game director, I said before about the animals, not monsters approach. I think that gives a really interesting set of emotions for the player to feel, because you've got lots of games where there's just these horrific creatures and monsters, and it's just this one note of fear and being petrified for them. But then, if you imagine, you're on a safari park and you fall out of the car and there's a creature there. You're not thinking, I'm going to shoot it. You're thinking, I need to evade it and get around it. And then it's not necessarily something you want to kill. It's more feeling in awe with it. So I think if I see players when we release this game commenting and saying, these creatures are wonderful, I'm just so terrified of them, but also I just want to let them get on with their day, I think we will have succeeded.
Yeah, I like that. Well, 2027 can't come soon enough, frankly. Everyone, huge round of applause for Gary from...
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
So we're going to bring out the next one. This is a next level narrative storytelling in gaming, and I was particularly excited when I watched the trailer for this one, because I think it's covering a very important, heavy but serious subject that does need to be looked at from a different perspective. So please give a round of applause for Limerence.
Can you tell me why you're in such a mood?
Kai.
We need to talk about him.
What?
He calls you every night.
And
And it's an issue.
why?
What does he want from you?
He's my friend.
Your friend, right?
Am I not allowed to have a friend? Is it because he's a man? Don't you trust me?
Of course I do.
Then why are you threatened by a man on the internet?
Because I don't fucking trust him.
This is ridiculous.
You barely said 2 words to me today, yet you're on the phone to him all the time.
He needed my help.
Yeah, with what?
It doesn't matter.
Actually, it does. You're texting him all the time.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Jim!
It's fucking weird.
Look, it's not like that. He knows I'm married.
Yeah, and we know that means nothing to some guys.
Oh, so you don't trust me?
That's not what I said, is it?
It's what you're implying.
No. Oh, do you know what? Fuck this. I'm going for a walk.
Shit.
Hey, you.
Hello, Claire.
Limerence. Here for you. Summer 2026. Find out more at limerencegame.com.
Let's welcome Jess from Salix to the stage. Salix has always, as a studio, dealt with very story-rich, very kind of narrative-driven games. What inspires you to continue crafting these very, very deep and layered video games?
All sorts, really. Usually it's just kind of a spark of an idea that just won't go away, and then I just end up overthinking it and overthinking it and overthinking it, and that's usually how the story ends up evolving. So with Limerence, I saw an interview with a young woman in Korea talking about the 4B movement, and they were sort of saying, well, what do you do for intimacy? And she held up her mobile phone, and on it was an app with an AI companion, and I was like, what? I have never seen anything like that. And so ended up having a kind of a deep dive into that entire world, and it was just really fascinating. And I thought there was a story to tell.
Now, I may have touched on this with you before. Currently, we are living through some particularly tough times in the games industry as a whole. It seems to be happening everywhere. Where do you find your motivation to get up and keep making games every day?
I have no idea. I don't know what else I'd do. I've done this for so long now.
There is nothing else.
There's nothing else. No, I genuinely can't imagine doing anything else. I love making games. I love telling stories and working with a team, and to have to stop doing that would just be heartbreaking.
And working with fantastic voice actors, we should add as well, ever so quickly. We do have to wrap up. I do want Jess to get a round of applause, but just hold that. You guys may not know this is my work wife. I always give her a hug on stage. Now you can give Jess from Salix a round of applause.
Speaking of narrative approach to gaming, Supermassive Games received a lot of praise for what they have been doing, and so we're bringing them back onto the stage to talk about what they are up to next. Please give it up for Supermassive Games!
The landing computer's offline. We're going in blind. Can't see jack shit. Gotta bring the nose up. 1 kilometer. We're out of time.
Every part of this mission was meticulously planned. Life, however, is unpredictable.
If you can copy the memories of every creature you replicate, there is no way of knowing who is who.
We can either live with the choices we've made, or die with them. If we ever hope to master death, we must first stare it in the face. All of us, together.
Hello, darling one.
Hello.
How you doing? The game's been in players' hands for a little while now. What has the reception been like?
It's been so fantastic. It's really, really special because when you launch a game, obviously there's so many kind of wonderful things that you get to do. You get to, do press and kind of all this fun stuff, but seeing people interact with something that you have made is really special. Like it's a really heartwarming thing. And I think seeing all the hard work that goes into it, and we spend years developing these games, and then it goes out into the wild, And the reception has been so positive. People have been so wonderful, and we've had really great reviews commercially, but we've also had people write us emails and send us in messages about how our games change their lives and how they really, feel a closeness with these characters. And so I think it's really heartwarming for the team to see all of their hard work be appreciated. So when we see that paying off, it's just this oh, we've done it. And so I think we've had a lot of really positive feedback, and that's been amazing.
Have there been any surprises that you've seen in how players have approached the game?
Yeah, I think it's always really surprising seeing how people interact with the characters, because there are, we all have our favourites. Isley, my girl, but
I'm still sorry I killed him the other day. I'm really sorry about that.
You're forgiven. But it's always really interesting and surprising that some people can feel a trust and like a kinship with the character immediately, and then there are other people who are like, nah, they're shady, they're going to do something, and so that's really fun, especially because someone might get a completely different playthrough to someone else because of all the branches. Yeah. So it's really interesting and always surprising to see how people encounter the game and the playthrough they get. And so I think it's always surprising seeing how people react to that and the paths that people take and comparing that to each other, and also all the conspiracy theories.
Really, really quick.
Yep.
What's next for Supermassive, if you're allowed to tell us?
Yes, so the team back home are really hard at work with our online multiplayer at the moment, which is going to be coming in a free post-launch patch soon. So that's the kind of couch co-op mode as we have it now, but just taking that online. So it's you and up to 4 friends kind of playing through the game together, just connecting living rooms across Guildford or across the world. So that's next.
I love the drop of Guildford too, very nice. Everyone, huge round of applause for Hannah Sigson from Supermassive.
We've got 3 more to get through, and I am very much looking forward to them. As you know, if you can get a game that manages to get that balance right between being simple yet challenging, then you can create something incredibly addictive. And infuriatingly, this next game has managed to do that. Please give a big round of applause for Rogue Eclipse.
Finally reunited after so long. Very well. I'll humor your antics, interloper. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah. Now, don't be alarmed, everyone. Like, Lauren hasn't transformed into some random black guy. That's all. My name's Zainel, and I am joined by Husban, who is the game director of Rogue Eclipse. A round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Now, Rogue Eclipse, fantastic, arcadey, space shooter, fast-paced, ticks all my boxes, but what inspired you to come up with this game?
As we've approached release, I've often thought about it, and honestly, the best summation I can make is if you were to distill my childhood in a bottle, that is what this game would be. It is my love letter to arcade spaceflight, but it's my love letter to sci-fi, to just, as far as I'm concerned, an industry that was so generous to my childhood, and very much this is kind of the expression of that. Nice. Yeah, and then on top of that, for the setting as well, our vision of science fiction is what I refer to as arabesque futurism inspired. So taking my own personal cultural heritage, the golden age of Arabia, projecting that 600 years into the future just to see what kind of setting we could make.
For those that haven't played it yet, what are you excited for new players to encounter in your game?
From the outset, approachability and accessibility were our first 2 pillars. And so for us, I think it's the fact that, in theory, if you've never played a flight game before, hopefully you should be able to take this one for a spin. But also at the same time, for those who are enthusiasts, I think you will be in for a head spin in terms of how intense the combat gets. It gets quite amped up.
It goes crazy. And it's got, listen, you're being humble. It's got a wicked feature where you can strafing in space. That's wicked. For those that don't know, this is husband's first video game that he's releasing. Yeah. And very quickly, when can people get their hands on this, man?
August 7th, which is, from what I've told, very much around the corner. But yeah, thank you.
Give it up for husband, everyone.
Thank you.
And please also give it up for Anel. I didn't know you were here. Huh?
I'm here.
This is a friend of mine. What? Anyway, that's a surprise for me. Yay, everybody's having a great time. So we've got our second to last one right now. If you've ever wanted to know what it would be like to kill zombies with steampunk weapons and the powers of the Celtic gods, and let's be honest, who hasn't wondered that, then Scar Ritual is here to answer that question for you. Please give it up for Skybound. Everyone, please welcome Jacob to the stage. Hey, dude. How you doing?
Hello.
So tell us a little bit, for those that may have been seeing the game for the first time, tell us a little bit more about it.
Sure. So essentially, Scare Ritual is this old-school round-based horde shooter that you can play solo or with your friends in co-op mode. You essentially upgrade your weapons and try to obtain those godlike miracles, that's how we call them. They're essentially godlike superpowers that turn you into this bloodthirsty zombie-killing machine.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
That's just so perfectly put. So what would you say to players who may have missed Scare Ritual's ritual when it first launched?
I would say now is the best time to jump in. If you like games where every run is slightly different, and things tend to get chaotic and turn into this glorified mayhem, then Scare Ritual is the game for you.
It is the game for you. Bloodthirsty, here we come. I love it. Jacob,
Indeed.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Round
you.
of applause.
Thanks a lot.
Our final game of tonight is one of the most hotly anticipated releases coming later this year. And we are most excited to talk about it because not only has it been crafted right here in the UK, but it is bringing a legendary horror series to our shores as well. So let's go out with a bang. Please put your hands together for Silent Hill Townfall.
Who's there?
Simon. Are you there? Please say something. Where did you go, Simon?
Something doesn't feel right. Zoe? I'm sorry, Zoe?
What are you doing here?
What the hell is that?
There's more of them.
I'm so sorry.
Everyone, please welcome John from Swinburne. Thank you so much for bringing Silent Hill Townfall to Phono this evening. Let's start with the history of Screenburn and how this project came about.
Yeah, I mean, we've been around for 11 years now. It just started off as me and a friend, and we just kind of snowballed from there over the years. There's now 27 of us, I think. So we're still a really small team, but trying to take our style of games that we worked on previously and kind of bring that to bigger and bigger projects.
How do you manage such high expectations of a beloved franchise that people want to get their hands on all the time?
I find like not sleeping for years.
Yeah, stress, cool.
Yep. I don't know. Like, I think when we were starting out development, we all had a little bit of a different experience with Silent Hill. I think any franchise that's it's been around for 20 years. Some people who are fans weren't even born when the first game came out, and some people like myself were there as a teenager and kind of like fallen in love with it back then. So we all had a slightly different take on what it meant to us, and our goal was like, it has to feel like Silent Hill, but like, what is that? What are the kind of through lines? And so we kind of took all these different stories that we had about the franchise and our experience with it and tried to find the common ground between it all. And so it's big shoes to fill, but I think we've created something that feels like our take on it, but still distinctly Silent Hill.
Like touch points, I guess,
Yes,
and things that just,
Yeah,
ring.
and I think it feels like, when you watch the trailer, it feels like a Silent Hill game, but it is different, it is new.
Yeah. Wishing you all the best of luck with it. It does look fantastic, even if I am terrified. Everyone, please, a huge round of applause for John.
Thank you.
Now, sadly, that brings one night only showcase to an end. But how incredible has it been, though? There's been some amazing stuff. It's really exciting. Lauren, I'm going to pass over to you to say some important words, and then I'll
can do. And this is very much not about leaving this on a sad note. But so first of all, thank you all so much for being here, for bringing your games, for being excited. So thank you. It means a huge amount. And I would like you all to give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah! I love it when I can make people do that. But before our proper final goodbye, we just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the reality of where the games industry is right now. I think we all know, we've all been touched in some way or another by the madness that is going on out there. So whilst this evening is a celebration of what the industry can do and has done and likely will do, I think it's important that we all just keep in mind, behind all the awesome interviews and the trailers, there is a profoundly difficult time in games right now. And the main thing is just check in with your games friends. We're all doing hard, creative work every day, and it impacts people in all kinds of different ways, never mind layoffs and everything else that's happening. So just be there for your pals. Be there for each other, guys. The games industry needs to pull together, and we will get through it. But thank you all again so much for coming. We appreciate it.
Please give it up. It's amazing.
No.
Oh, yes.
Huge
Give it up for Lauren Carter. Doing an amazing job. Give it up for absolutely everyone you saw on stage today. Give it up for the camera operators, for everyone in tech, the bar. Can I also just have a massive round of applause for Yuki and Liquid Crimson who have put tonight together. And finally, yourselves, I've been Beck Hill. Thank you very much for having us.
And a final one for Beck, please, as loud as you possibly can. Thank you, guys.
See you next year.